get a victory against a team that they should have won against. They did exactly what you expect them to do against a team like the Wizards. We saw them play as a team. Everybody stepped up, having 7 players scoring double figures. You even almost had 2 more players add to that. It was a great game. There's a lot to talk about, and we're going to talk about all that. But first, got to hear the intro.
You are now tuned in to Chicago Bulls Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bulls news and content.
What is up? This is Chicago Bulls Central, your number one stop for Chicago Bulls news. Tonight, Hayes is not here. I'm going to be taking over for the night. My name is Quinton. I'm the host of Let's Talk Bulls, and I'll be filling in to give you guys all of your Bulls information about this game and what a game it was. It was one of the first times this season we got to see the Bulls dominate in a game. Despite them starting out slow, despite them at the beginning of the game making me feel like this was going to be one of those things that we got to rant about, they stepped up, they pulled it together, and they got the victory, winning 127 to 108. And it was a good game all around. Everyone got to touch the ball this game. We got everything we wanted to see. Modest got minutes. You got Kobe White shooting the ball. Vooch took over a little bit. We played good defense. And there were some mistakes here and there, but the best thing possible is to see the Bulls pull out a dominant victory, winning by more than 15 for once. For once, we're not the ones down by 20 in a game. But first, I want to talk about you guys, just what we saw from the players in the game, and then we'll get to your comments. First up, Kobe White did not start out the best, but he pulled it together later in this game. 21 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists. He did his job, and he also shot 5 for 9 from the three-point line to add with also Vooch playing well with 19 points, 12 rebounds, 4 assists, 9 for 14 from the field. And this was a great game from both of them, even though we didn't get the best game from Zach. And we had one of those games with Giddey that just makes you kind of wonder why he's on the team sometimes with all the weird passes and turnovers. The Bulls did what they needed to do. It was a great game. We're going to talk to some comments first. Sydney, I see you checking it in. Great win. Go Bulls. What does this mean for them in the season tournament? It means that we're actually having a chance of doing something this year. The Bulls are notorious for not winning anything in the season tournament. This game and the last game we won were the first 2 games we've won, period, in this in-season tournament thing. And it's a good sign. I mean, I don't think we're going to beat Boston, but if the Bulls continue to play the way they've been playing against good teams, just trying to shoot the ball, you never know what could happen. They could have a night where they're hot from 3. They could have a night where they just, for some reason, start to play defense and they step it up. There's a good chance the Bulls could actually make a little bit of noise this year and do more than just be a disappointment to all of us. DJ Reese in the house. We got the W. Yes, we did. Did what we needed to do. My guy DT wasn't looking like himself tonight. He wasn't. Dalen looked like he was a little bit scary, a little bit this game. He was trying to get to the rim. Wasn't getting the foul calls that he wanted, but it was one of those games where he just didn't look the same as he normally does. He wasn't running around the court. He wasn't doing everything we need him to do like he usually does, but we didn't need it this game. We still found a way to get the victory. There's something we said. Sometimes if a player's not having the best game, it happens. The real story is the other players on this team stepped up and did what they were supposed to do to make up for Dalen not having a good game. Great game. Keep giving Modest minutes. You can see the confidence. Yep. You can see the confidence. You can see him playing. The more minutes he gets, the better he will become. You can tell Modest is not a scared rookie. He's not Pat when Pat came into the league. Okay. He knows what he wants to do. He knows he has the skill set, and he is aggressive each and every game. Whenever he gets minutes, you can tell he does not hesitate to shoot a shot, to drive at the rim, to go after people defensively. He does the work, and that's what you got to do. You got to keep working, keep grinding to get more minutes, but I definitely think the way he's been playing, I'm assuming that he's probably not going to not be in this lineup the rest of the year. He's going to be playing. Billy has no choice at this point but to give Modest some minutes and just do the things you need to do. Shay in the building. What the hell is up with these flagrant fouls tonight? Well, I mean, it's a playing game. When you're talking about a in-season tournament game, teams get angry, right? This is one of those games where you start running the score up, and we all know how NBA players feel about you running the score up on them. Yeah, they're professionals. Yeah, they're losing. They might be a bad team, but they're grown ass men. Okay. At the park, when they try to run a score up, you foul people hard. In the NBA, they're doing the same thing. And sometimes that causes a flagrant. I'm not too angry about the flagrant fouls. Yeah, it's something that you don't want to see. You don't want someone to get hurt. But I definitely understand when you're a team, you're having yourself a terrible season, you're losing this game. You know they're going to keep trying to score and you can't stop them, to try to show that, hey, even if we lose, I'm going to show you that going to the rim isn't going to be a free and easy shot. Foul calling in the third is some BS. Refs need to lock in. Yeah, that's kind of been an issue. The refs this season, and I mean honestly last season too, there's been some bad discrepancies as far as fouls, free throw attempts. You see it a lot with Milwaukee. Milwaukee has probably the most of them in the season. You see it a lot. Refs don't call fouls sometimes, but that's less than just the refs. I also put that on Billy Donovan, right? Billy Donovan has to get in the ref ear that whole quarter. Somebody has to be like, hey, what is happening here? Like, if there's that big of a difference in free throws, you have to call it out. You can't just sit back and watch it happen, right? I know Billy's the kind of coach that kind of sits there. He lets the game kind of go to him. If the players are kind of playing, he's trying to let them all fill it out. But that's a moment you have to complain. Get a technical, right? That's one of those moments I would love to see Billy Donovan in a situation like this. Get a technical called because he's screaming at a ref about it being a fair matchup, right? You can't hate him for that, but we'll never see it because Billy doesn't like to scream at people or stand up, period, at all. Yeah, we'll try our best to see if he can get better at that. We now have the equal best point difference in the East Group C with Cavs. We beat Boston this week, and we're through the playoffs. Crazy big game. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy to see the Bulls actually doing this, honestly, because it's not something I expected. I did not expect them to even come close to, to winning any games, right? Where if we're used to what they're normally doing. But this is the key. This is what they're showing you. The Bulls can win games. Both games against the Cavs this year have been close. There's an arguable chance that we could have beaten them the first game of the in-season tournament. Boston's going to be hard, but like I said earlier, if we play right, you never know. There could be a game where the Bulls just magically get hot from three and they hit, 20, 25 threes and we do win. But they did a good job this game getting the big point differential, running the score up, doing things that you got to do. Hopefully they just continue to play this way and it gives them some confidence. Another thing I like is that this doesn't count towards the regular season stats. So, hey, hopefully we still get a good chance of getting a good pick. So, DJ Hughley, let's go Q. Thank you. Thank y'all for having me on. It's always a fun time to talk to Bulls Nation, especially in Hayes' channel. Hopefully I'm doing as good as you guys are used to, giving you some good content. Jeremy, so just glad Billy actually played modest through the game. He's getting better with minutes. Not sure why he's playing THT so much, but that's Billy. Hats off to THT tonight. Not a fan, but thumbs up. I mean, I don't agree. I get why you want more modest. I want more modest. We all want more modest. But you can't be mad at him playing THT. THT does things when he comes in the game. He can score. He gets the ball towards the rim. This was one of those games where the Bulls had to keep driving. They had to keep attacking, and that's what he did. He did the job he was supposed to do. And if you look at it, let's see. THT 13 points, 2 assists, 5 for 6 from the field, 1 from the 3-point line, 2 for 2 from the free throw line. You can't complain about that. He came in, he did his job, he did what he was supposed to do, and he did all the things that you want him to do. Even though THT is 24, which I find hard to believe, do y'all see him as part of the team's future or no? It's hard to say. I don't see him being a big part of the Bulls' future. I think the Bulls are trying to give young players a chance to see what's going to happen. I definitely think Kobe, Io, Giddey, Dalen Terry. There's a lot of guards on this team. There's a thing to be said if somebody gets hurt or maybe he really takes off. Yeah, but I just don't see him being a big part of this team going forward. Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. What is up? Welcome. Georgie, I am Quinton. I'm from Let's Talk Bulls, and I'm filling in for Hayes. You probably would know who I was if you took off the glasses that are in your profile picture. You probably would see who I could see. Sorry. Yeah, it's me, Shay. It's me. Jordan, that's true. Bulls started out slow. They didn't play the best, and they picked it up, and that's what you want to see. There's always one quarter the Bulls don't play well, and hopefully you can find it in their hearts to step up, and that's what they did. They stepped up. They played a little bit better. What up, Lloyd? I am Chris Brown's cousin, if you haven't heard. I'm also Timu Pat the designer, as people have said in the chat before. But hey, if you want to keep comparing me to rich people, I'm going to take every compliment I can get. Horns over Hoof. What is up, Sal? Q, what's up, my guy? How's them? How about them Bulls? They did good. I don't see this being anything that's going to keep happening, but I love to see Bulls win when they can win, and that's about it. Wizards are actually worse than the Bulls. Pittsburgh traveled at least 3 times in one game. Yeah, the Wizards are terrible. But I mean, they continue to be terrible. They've been terrible for years. They will keep being terrible. Hopefully that helps us out. Hopefully, I know a lot of people are talking about maybe getting Kuzma or getting a piece. I don't agree with it, but yeah, they're a terrible team. They play terrible every year, and luckily, we're not the worst team in the league like the Sox. Just read that one. Seaway. Yep, the comments are crazy. Everybody coming for me, but hey, it happens. I'm not even gonna read that. We just gonna move right on that, Shay. Yeah, shout out to THT. He did his job, right? Like he came in, he scored, he did what you're supposed to see if you come off the bench, if you get your name called, and that's all you can ask for. It's just come in when you have moments, take those moments and do the best thing you can. Good to see you again. Nice overall win. Everybody hustled. Yeah, that was a big thing I liked about this game. Everybody actually was looking like they wanted to play, right? That's when the Bulls actually have a chance of winning games, is when they care, right? When the Bulls are all locked in, everyone is focused on what they're supposed to do. That's when they look the best. There were a couple turnovers that I saw that I didn't like. I know Giddey threw a couple bad passes that just made no sense. But the Bulls overall, they focused on defense. They locked in. They paid attention to who was open on offense, and they let Vooch kind of take over when he needed to. And that's the goal. So when you want to win a game, 8 assists, yeah. I mean, he got 8 assists, but I mean, even with the 8 assists, you gotta look at what he also did wrong sometimes. Like I love Giddey. Giddey's a great player. I think he's gonna be good for the team. But some of the passes, I think there were 3 of them this game that just were terrible. Like absolute just bad passes that you just shouldn't make. And he tried to force them, and you got to call him out for that as well. Yeah, DJ Hayes is good. He had to pick up his son for the holiday, so long drive there. So I'm filling in just to make sure you guys get some content. No, I don't know what that's to, but hey, all opinions matter, right? What up, Brody? Solid win against the trash as Scott. Yeah, I mean, like we said, the Wizards are bad, but even if you play a bad team, you got to win. And the Bulls did what you want them to do. They played a bad team. They came out and they blew them out, right? This wasn't a game that was close. It wasn't a game where the Bulls barely squeaked through. They did their job. You came to play. They played them like they were a bad team, and they didn't play down the competition, which is what we're used to seeing this team do. Most games we see with the Bulls, they would have lost this game by like 10 points, and they would have just given up halfway through it. So the fact that they came and played like they actually knew how they should be playing is something you got to shout them out for. Man, I don't need to see P. Will back if Modest is going to keep playing this way, the way he is. Our rookie is legit. Too bad Billy's an idiotic man-child. I mean, I agree. Billy's stupid as shit, but I mean, he's playing Modest. Modest has shown he's going to get minutes. And the big thing is, even with that, Patrick's got to play. Like him and Modest are going to be good together. I think Modest is going to take a lot of pressure off of P. Will, and he's just going to do the things that are in the background. Right? If people continues to stay in the background and shoot well, Modest is going to take off. The Bulls give us pain usually, but fuck me, supporting the Washington team would be disgusting to watch. Yeah, I could only imagine Like, I can only imagine having a team on a nightly basis where you got to watch Kyle Kuzma and hope that he's your superstar, and like that's what you have. And then you got Poole too. Like, those are your two go to who we follow. Like, that would suck. Like, I do not envy a team that has to deal with watching that on a nightly basis. Melvin, background fresh, bro. Yep, I'm trying to be one of the best looking channels in the league. Um, but yeah, thank you for that, man. We're gonna keep trying to make it better though. I got a lot of things planned for the background that's gonna make it even cooler going forward. I agree, Melvin. Thank you, Sydney. That lineup in the second corner of Io, Levine, Modest, Phillips, and Vooch play very well. Yeah, I mean, but what do you expect? It's a lineup of defense. It's a good mix. You have Levine on offense. You have Vooch on offense. You have your two best scorers. You got Io, you got Phillips for defense. Modest, they're young. They want to move around. They want to get after people. It's a good mixed lineup of players who honestly played very well together. But the big thing for me is I do wish they would use Modest a little bit more. I think if he gets more confidence, he can become a top scorer on this team. And I think sometimes, same thing as Pat, it's not as bad, but there's situations sometimes where Modest tends to back up and just, it feels like he doesn't know if he should step up a little bit more because he's afraid to step on the toes of the superstar. So hopefully that gets a little bit better. No Chicago. This is a Chicago hat. Yeah, this is one of, if you saw Zach LaVine a couple games ago, he was wearing it too. This is actually a custom Chicago Bulls hat that is in remembrance of Kobe. So we got the Mamba on the top, you got the Bulls on the side, and then you got in memory on the other side. But yeah, this is actually a Bulls hat. It's just actually one of my favorite ones, just because it represents my two favorite things, the Bulls and one of my favorite players, Kobe. But yeah, it is a Bulls hat. Modest and TST stepped up. Yeah, it's great to see the young guys do something, right? Like, it's great to see Modest playing aggressively. It's great to see THT doing things, but just showing what they can do. Jalen Smith played great tonight. He did. He took a couple 3-point shots I didn't like. Like, sometimes he shoots a little farther than I think he should. He also took a step back three that I don't think he should have taken. I think Jalen Smith's going to be a great player on this team. I think he's going to be on the team for a while. Like today's game, he had 12 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists, 5 for 11 from the field. The only issue I see with Jalen Smith is there's times where he has an easy chance to back someone down in the post, and he doesn't do it. He settles for a 3-point shot, kind of like we saw Vooch do a couple years ago. I would like for him to use his size a little bit more, get into the post, and play inside, right? You're too big, too strong. Use that. You don't have to shoot threes all the time. Archangel, good to see you. Always good to see you in the chat. Bulls for life. Billy needs to play Modest with the starters. I get he trusts Io with the starters. Starting four, but Io's a guard. Play Modest, play Phillips, play DT, and the starting four will be P. Will out. Starting four with P. Will out. I mean, I think you got to work your way up to that. Like I said before, Modest, when he plays with the starters, tends to sometimes go into a shadow. Same thing as P. Will. And that's understandable. Like, when you're a rookie, when you're young, and you got to play behind Zach, you got to play behind Kobe, Vooch, sometimes that could stop you from being as aggressive, right? That might have been one of the issues we had with Patrick at the beginning, is we put him with the starters. We wanted him to step up, but it's hard. Zach is calling for the ball. Vooch is calling for the ball. Kobe's calling for the ball. There's going to be some chances where he gets overlooked. He just kind of becomes a 3-point shooter. I think it's good to have him with the bench. It's good to have him get confidence of being one of the better scorers on the floor, so he feels confident to take those shots. So yeah, I mean, I want to see him with the starters a little bit, but I don't agree that he needs to be with them most of the time. I think Io is better suited to be with the starters, even if he is struggling. See, there you go. Yeah, it's not Pat the designer. We got similar glasses, similar swag, but no, we're just two light-skinned dudes, and we don't all look alike, but hey, I guess we do. If Tony Brothers is reffing you now, there's about to be some bullshit. I mean, yeah, they get a lot of shit, but I mean, like I said, when it comes to fouls and things like that, that's on Billy. You got to call that shit out. You got to go talk to the refs and make them listen to you and get your team some more calls. You can't just sit back and let it happen. And he kind of just waited until the end of the third to start saying something. So you got to do that earlier on. Free throws was helping the Wizards for a little second. Yeah, but I mean, the Bulls stepped in and did what they were supposed to do. They kept working. They kept doing all the good things that you want the Bulls to do, and they held out. Melvin, what's your channel podcast so we can all subscribe for those of us not familiar with you? My podcast is Let's Talk Bulls. Sometimes I do videos with Hayes. I also do the Chi Towns Sports Central videos with names I can't remember now, with Big Kev and Stevo. We do those almost on the daily throughout the week. So, but if you're looking for my specific channel, Let's Talk Bulls, just like this, it's gonna be a channel where you get to see some shit. I have rants. I have videos where I talk good stuff about the Bulls, and also I'm gonna start doing more lives after games. So yeah, Billy's just a chill guy that chews gum. Yeah, and sometimes it annoys me. Every now and then I wish we had a coach that screams at people. Like watching games where coaches will cuss a player out for making one bad play, and watching Billy watch us make 6 in a row and not say anything is frustrating sometimes, but it's the coach we got, and we got to hope that that changes soon, but it probably won't. I think we play better when Levine and White are not on the floor together. I wouldn't agree with that. I think throughout the season, you've seen we play better when Kobe is shooting well. I think the last few games, what we've seen is Kobe hasn't been shooting very well to start games, and Levine has started to try to score a little bit more than he needs to. Levine this game had 18 points, 6 for 14 shooting. He shot when he was open. He didn't try to force too much. That's what you need. But yeah, I don't agree that they don't play together well on the floor. They're actually pretty good when they are on the floor together, when they're playing the right roles. When this team tries to force things, they're like not playing pick and roll. They're not setting off ball screens. They're not moving without the ball. That's when they look bad. But that's anybody on this team playing on the floor looks bad when that happens. If Atlanta can beat Boston, we can. I mean, yeah, like I said earlier, the Bulls can beat Boston if they have a great game, right? There's always a chance the Bulls could shoot 26 threes, do amazing, and the next thing you know, they beat the Boston Celtics, and we're all talking about how the Bulls won. The issue is the Bulls will never do it consistently, right? So I don't even know if I really care too much about them beating Boston, as far as I just want to see them play a good team game. Right. Beating Boston doesn't mean anything if you know you're not going to do anything in the playoffs. You're not going to do anything later in the season. But it's just something where I want to see the young players play well. I want to see the team play together and do the things that we all hope they do. THT was creating offense. Exactly. Like he was doing what he had to do on the offensive end. He was driving to the basket. He was creating what you need sometimes when you're not playing the best is THT. At the start of this game, when the Bulls were playing bad, THT is one of the reasons we stayed in this game at the beginning was his offense. So, I mean, yeah, like I said, you can't always play him, but if you do need a scorer off the bench, it's not a bad thing to put him in for just purely go get some buckets. Now, if you want him to be your best defensive stopper at the end of a game, that's stupid as shit. But if you just need to get a couple buckets, yeah, put him in, let him drive to the basket, let him run in like a bowling ball, and get to the rim. If I remember correctly, I don't think the in season tournament games count. Like the stats and things don't count towards the regular season. Um, just as like it's more of like a mid season like break of it. I might be wrong in that. If I think I'm correct though. I think it doesn't. As far as like the stats, Cup. Okay, thank you BKR Sports. So I was wrong. There you go. So the NBA Cup playoffs don't count, but the regular games do. Okay, I am not Hayes, unless you think Hayes got light skinned. No, I'm Quinton from Let's Talk Bulls, and I'm filling in. Arguments for I don't understand Tony's vendetta against the Bulls. The Molly Potato looking Nogo just needs to do his job and leave the petty shit off the court. I mean, this is one of those things, like I said before, it's about the Bulls coaching more than it is about the refs. Yeah, him, I don't know. THT looking that old, stress, all the hard work trying to get to the league. His hairline's gone, but hey, he has more hair than Javon Carter. And that's what matters. So the point differential in the in season tournament, the way it's supposed to work in my knowledge is if you're having a similar record as a team, right? You have the same record during the tournament. You then go to point differential. So, like, let's say the Bulls beat Boston, and both teams end up with the exact same record. Then the person who moves on is going to be the one with the better point differential. So that's why teams at the end of games are trying so hard to run the score up and get those points. Because if you do tie, that's an extra chance for you to get that push forward if you do tie with somebody. He is helping his son. So you get me. The hats off, just wanted Modest and the other young guys playing. Yeah, I mean, Modest should play more, but it's going to be about Billy just understanding that. I think he understands it so far. We've been seeing Modest in the rotation. He's getting more minutes. He's getting more confidence. So I think it'll continue to keep going. What is up, JDH? Good to see you. Yep. In reality, Page Master Disguise, in reality, what he did was just put on the same cream that Michael Jackson put on. And that's how you got me. It just slowly lightened his skin over the week. Josh Giddey, why? See, this is what I don't get about people sometimes. Like, Josh Giddey is not the perfect point guard, right? But saying get him off the team is just stupid. He's not getting off the team. They just traded Alex Caruso for Josh Giddey. Why would they just let him go? Also, 11 points, 4 rebounds, 8 assists isn't a get you off the team type of player. Now, if you want to say don't pay him the money he wants, I can agree with that unless he starts significantly playing better. But to just kick him off the team would be stupid because then you just let Alex Caruso go for nothing and then you get nothing. So I don't know what you want there. Sheehan Patrick, I am Timu. Okay, I am not Sheehan. I am Timu. I'm one of those good things on Timu that you find that shouldn't be as good as it is, but it ends up being a staple in your wardrobe. Okay, that's what I am. What is up? That is Hayes checking in. So there you go, guys. He is still alive. Okay, it's Hayes. He's here. So for all you guys who are mad that he's not here, he checked in with you just to make you happy. Hayes is final four. If I could transform like Frieza, I'd be happy. But no, I'm the fatter version of Hayes. I'm Hayes if he gained all his weight back from before. I believe that if we go to the basket much more on turnovers instead of just shooting threes, we were out on fast break, we could score a lot more easier. Yeah, I mean, the Bulls have a bad habit at this point of trying to sit there and shoot and pull up. And Kobe's a big culprit of that. Like, one of the big things I've seen with Kobe is he tends to shoot way too damn much. Like, wide open layup, I'm going to pull up from 3. My teammates running, I could throw a oop, I'm going to pull up from 3. I've missed 4 before, I'm going to take another one. And that's something this team does have to work on. I get they want to shoot more threes. I get they want to be a fast-paced team. But sometimes you have to take the smart play. Championship teams make the smart play. There was a play this game where they're running the fast break. We got 2 people running towards the rim. And Kobe was like, no, I'm just going to pull up in fast break just because I can. Boston Celtics don't do that. They just don't. That's why they're a championship team, because they make smart decisions. And Kobe sometimes doesn't, and he has to fix that. But yeah, they need to start working on getting the smart play as opposed to just shooting because Billy wants them to shoot. Yo, do we get the winning outro tonight? Yes, you do. I am not Hayes, but I know enough about technology to get you what you need to see, so you will get that tonight. We all know Hayes would channel his inner light skin on a win. Yeah, maybe this is it. Maybe it is because we won that I'm here. Maybe if I do this, we'll win more. Maybe more times that I do this live, we will win. Who knows? If that happens, maybe I'll hop on more. Yo, I think I'm still high because Hayes looking different tonight. You're always high. I'm usually in the chat. Most nights you are high. And hopefully this is a good high. You got my soothing voice. You got my good looks. Yes, I'm light-skinned. I do what I do. I wouldn't say he's worthless. I mean, he's not the best. He's definitely not worth what we gave up for him, right? I think Giddy is one of those players that on another team probably comes off the bench right now with the way he's playing. Um, but for what we gave up to him, we definitely didn't get what we should have for Alex Caruso, especially if you watch OKC and what Alex Caruso is doing for that team defensively and the amount of effort he's giving. We got screwed on that trade. But hey, there's not much we can do for it now. We're just the only team that defense is worse than the Bulls. Yeah, it is crazy to see that. Like, I thought I hated our defense. And seeing the Wizards makes me happy to be a Bulls fan. Right? Like, I can stop complaining now because at this point, the fact that we played this well against them shows a lot. Right? They were just kind of giving up stuff at the beginning of the game. Vooch looked like he was about to go off for 47. They are not good on defense at all. So, like, I know we said it earlier, it's a shame to have to be a Wizards fan and watch them on a consistent basis. Like, we think next time the Bulls get blown out, remember, you could be a Wizards fan. That could be your daily life, is waking up every day and knowing that that's your team for the next 10 years. We got to see such a large victory, and everyone went plus 15 to plus 20 on the plus minus, but Dalen apparently had about negative 19 in comparison. Yeah, Dalen had a bad game. But hey, players do it sometimes. Sometimes people have bad games. You got to deal with it. You got to go with what you can, and hopefully next game he'll pick it up. But with the way Dalen plays, the heart he has towards the game, he'll pick it up and he'll play better next game. I've only been smoking weed though, so what's up? You've definitely done more than weed. We all know this. I'll take THT over. Thank you. Anytime. THT is taking all of the Carter minutes that we had last year, and I'm okay with that. I don't have to see him pump fake. He can actually get to the rim. Players don't just shoot over him when he's in the game. He doesn't take stupid threes for no apparent reason on the fast break like Kobe's been doing lately. I don't know if that was something he told him to do. So I will take THT minutes over Carter minutes any day of the week. Both currently top spot in the group. That's nice to hear. And yeah, I mean, like I said, if they're top spot right now, it's going to come down to them continue to play the way that they play. The Bulls can win any game. Consistently, no. The Bulls are not a consistently good team, but they can win any game of the year. That's the type of team this is. They're one of those sleeper teams where they can go off, get hot from three, play like a team, play defense randomly, and just beat you in a game that you don't expect. They just have to learn how to do it each and every game. I want to see the team make the cup playoffs so we can see if Giddey will be playable at all. I mean, that's the thing. Giddey isn't like a superstar. And I think that's the issue a lot of Bulls fans are having right now is we traded Alex Caruso for Giddey, and a lot of us hoped he would end up playing like a all-star, right? He would be that savior point guard, that Lonzo Ball style player that we wanted. And that's just not who he is. He's just not that person. He's a person who comes in, he scores, he gets assists, but he's not going to be a star. But I will tell you, one thing people aren't talking about is he's probably a big reason Vooch is playing so well. He looks for Vooch. He gets him the ball when he needs it. He's one of the main people who forces Vooch the ball in the post sometimes. So he may not be the best player himself, but he definitely is helping some of our other players have better games. And that's something you just got to take into account. It's definitely fair to be critical of Giddey. Appreciate him for getting to the line, though. Exactly. Like, he's being more aggressive. He's trying to get to the line. This is where Giddey needs to have his game. Attack, get to the rim, get Vooch the ball, get him going, and just work on your defense, right? Giddey just has to work on being okay at defense. Because right now, he's an absolute cone and doesn't know how to play defense whatsoever. He has to work on putting effort on the defensive end. But if he can keep attacking smaller guards with his height, if he can keep getting Vooch started, that's a good thing for this team. You just got to keep going. Jalen Smith with 12 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists off the bench. Yeah, Jalen Smith has been a great pickup for this team, right? He's a good backup center. He can shoot the ball. He's aggressive. I think the Bulls can play him a little bit better. I know I said earlier he's got to get into the post. So I think they can use him a little bit differently, and hopefully they start to learn how to do that. But I'm definitely happy with the pickup we've had. THT using that crazy wingspan. AK must love that +9 wingspan. So yeah, THT fits everything AK wants in a player. Lengthy arms, has an upside of shooting, maybe. The only thing he doesn't have is he's not the best defender. So I don't know. AK might be pissed off about that part, but he definitely fits a lot of the things AK usually looks for when we draft players, which is probably why he's getting a little bit more minutes. That big body, big back self look pretty good. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy how he looks like he just got out of like a pizza eating contest and still can play basketball the way he does. Like he gets to the rim, he stumbles, he spins. He's like a chubbier, shorter Giannis with way less defense. Last year we lost games like this. Exactly. And start of the year we lost games like this. It was a good thing to see. The Bulls actually did their job for once and didn't lose to a team we all knew they should lose to or win against. Like this is one of those games last year where we would come into it going, the Bulls should win, and they would get blown out. But they didn't. They did what they were supposed to do. How limited is zone minutes going to be tomorrow? I'm not sure. He's recovering from his wrist. They said he looked good. I don't expect him to play a lot of minutes. I think the real question with Zoe, if he does come back tomorrow, because it's not 100% that he will. I think that if he does come back tomorrow, the real question is what happens when he is healthy? What's going to happen with Modest's minutes? What's going to happen with Julian Phillips' minutes? Right? Billy's going to have to start thinking about this lineup more. Julian, Dalen, Modest have shown that they can do things on this team. But when Lonzo comes back, when Patrick comes back, now you got to make decisions. And that's what it's going to come down to is how is Billy going to make that work? And do we trust him to make smart changes and actually use the young players if he doesn't need to? Marty's is showing promise one time for Marty Gang. Honestly, I'm extremely happy with Modest and how he's been playing. Like, I knew he would be good. I knew it would be good. But the fact that he's this confident is what makes me happy. Right? I've been tired of seeing Bulls players not be confident. Patrick for years, Dalen Terry looked like he was a fresh born calf who didn't know how to dribble. Julian Phillips had some confidence, but he just didn't have that skill set yet fully. Modest is finally a pick that I feel like the Bulls hit on that's going to step up and be a chance to be an actual star on this team, right? AK made a great choice of Modest, and I think that we're going to see at least one good dunk every game for him at this point. Like, it seems like he knows how to move without the ball. He's looking to jump. He's looking to attack and posterize people. So hopefully he keeps being aggressive. Billy is stupid as shit is a bar. Yeah, Billy is. I think Billy dropped out of high school. Like that's my feeling for Billy. Billy didn't finish, or he was like homeschooled and he thinks he knows a lot. Billy just makes bad decisions sometimes, and it's decisions that people who don't actually coach basketball still wouldn't make. And that's saying something because honestly, the amount of praise he gets from the front office, the fact that he got a secret extension, none of that makes sense with his actual IQ. Yo, Zoe really playing against the Magic. We need him. There's a chance he does play. I hope he does play. It's gonna be hard. The Magic are a team. And the Bulls, this is what scares me tomorrow, is the Bulls are coming off a game tonight where they played well, they looked good, they played as a team, they have confidence. The question is, will they come into tomorrow and realize that they are playing a team they cannot screw up against? There's no coming out slow tomorrow. There is no making mistakes tomorrow. You have to play. Even if the Magic are not full, right? Ben Carroll's most likely not playing tomorrow. If he's not playing, they're still a great team. So the Bulls have to play smart. They got to do what they need to do. Yeah. I swear people actually watch the game, you would realize how much of an impact Patrick Williams has every game. But people just look at scoring and numbers. Shay, it's true. People do look at numbers. you also have to also talk about Patrick not being aggressive though sometimes, because there's sometimes where he isn't. My big issue with Patrick after watching him play point forward is more that he should be playing more point forward. And that's probably why he's not aggressive, right? Patrick does a lot of things on defense. He's great on this team. He's a great piece. The question is he being played correctly? Maybe Billy needs to give him the ball and let him run it up the court. We saw him do it, and he looked good. And then we never saw it again. So I just think Patrick is being played in a way that is not suitable for his aggression to be up there. Hopefully that changes a little bit. Hopefully, if we do trade Zach and we trade Vooch this season, he gets more time to do that. But yeah, as far as Patrick not being a good player, people just sound dumb when you say Patrick isn't a good player. He definitely has skill set. It's just about him having the confidence to use it. We got light skinned brother, and I'm surprised we don't have 1,000 women in the chat. No, because my fiance would probably come and cuss them out. Be real with you, she don't play that shit. Nah, but yeah, light skin. I'm light skinned. If y'all didn't know, Chris Brown, me, a lot of other people. It's a thing that happens. We're born that way. I don't care if Giddy has a good game. Get Giddy. I mean, that's great to say. You're not on the team, so the players don't want that. The coaching staff doesn't want that. The front office doesn't want that. So I mean, you can scream that all you want. If he has a good game and you still want to kick him off the team, that's just stupid. Like, let me ask you this: if Giddy was averaging a triple double, would you still want him off the team? I think if LeBron wins the in-season tournament again, he'll go to undisputed. No, he won't, because Michael Jordan will always be the undisputed GOAT. LeBron will be the best athlete ever to play in the NBA, but he will not be the best player to ever play in the NBA. It's just as simple as that. I mean, yeah, when you look at the Bulls, there's a lot of things that you got to think about. is Hayes commenting? Yes, Hayes is commenting in the chat while I talk to you guys. He's still here. He's not going to leave you, right? The man, even if he is doing things that have nothing to do with this, he will not leave you guys hanging. Okay, he's got to keep that streak. If he's not here doing the stream, he's got to at least comment on the stream. If he can't comment on the stream, he's got to watch the stream and comment later. But he's always going to be here because it's his channel. I am not Timu Hayes. I am Timu Pat the designer. We've been over this. It's been called multiple times. If you see the glasses, you know. Who is taller? Actually, I'm not sure. We have never met in person yet. I'm 6 feet, so I think I might be a little bit taller, or he might be. I'm not sure. Y'all didn't realize she's still from the city. Y'all better. Yeah, I mean, I'm being on my best behavior because it's your channel. You know, I cuss somebody out in a minute, but I ain't trying to do that. If you have an issue, you can always comment on my channel. I'd be happy to cuss you out. Just how it is. So go check me out on my channel. Let's Talk Bulls. Comment on there when I go live, and I'll be happy to have an argument with you. Oh, I already found it. I found it. Don't worry. I found it before we even started this. Do you think maybe sometimes the fast pace ends up resulting in some extra 3-point shots instead of taking it in? Because it's easier for our guys to get in gas, so they chuck up. Yeah, I mean, I think that that's a big thing. I think that we are trying to be a team that's constantly moving and we get tired. But part of that is also just sometimes the team just takes bad shots. I think they are truly focused on living and dying by the 3-point shot, right? Because even when we're not tired and there's open people at the rim, we still force threes. And it's just one of those things where I think we get so caught up as a team on we have to shoot threes. Billy wants us to shoot more. AK wants us to shoot more. That's what we're doing. That sometimes we don't look for the smart pass. And that's been an issue for years for the Bulls. Whether it's passing it to Vooch in the post with a point guard on them, whether it's really moving the ball, moving without the ball, and just getting stuck in the space. The Bulls sometimes don't have the IQ to make the smart decision, and they tend to force shots because they don't have the right skill set sometimes. Caruso wasn't a superstar either. Caruso was not a superstar, but Caruso did everything this team needed him to do to even be close to being a successful team. And you see that in our defense. If you don't think Caruso was way better for this team than Josh Giddey, then you did not watch the last couple years. If you didn't watch him in OKC right now, you would know that he's better than Josh Giddey at the current moment. Alex was one shooting better, playing better defense, attacking the rim just as well. I mean, you could say Giddey probably is getting more assists, but play wise, Alex Caruso was a better player than Josh Giddey. The reason that we had to give up Alex Caruso because he was not going to stay here, and you got to get something for him. But to just say that he wasn't a super, that doesn't matter. Sometimes people who aren't superstars are the people you need the most on your team. Attacking the rim is also what JDH does at strip clubs. No, he waits till they're done with their set, and then they come to him. He doesn't even attack. That would be too much work. JDH just lays down in the private room and tells them, "Here's a couple thousand. When you're done with your set, just come and sit. That's all you got to do." Hayes isn't. He's been commenting in the chat. I mean, hey, unless you're late, he's been commenting. He's pulled up some stuff. He's definitely in the chat. How dare JB try to erase my existence? Yeah, he definitely doesn't want you to be here, I guess. He said you just never are here, I guess. Look, if Hayes wanted to sell me this channel, I couldn't afford the channel. I am not there yet. If y'all want to subscribe to my channel so I can start making money to have a chance of buying this channel, then yes, do that. But no, he wouldn't sell this channel. Like I said, if the Bulls could lose every game the next 5 years and Hayes would still keep this channel and make videos on a daily basis. You got a crazy hair on the brim of your hat, right side of your head. Yeah, shit happens. I have cats. They like to throw hair around and shit. It happens sometimes. Not much I can do about it now while we're streaming. It'll get fixed at some point. Let's see, get some more chats. I mean, if you want to know my channel, just type in "Let's Talk Bulls." It's real simple. If you like to talk about Chicago sports, Let's Talk Bulls. It's right there. Check it out. If anything, just have fun with it. Gonna find me. And also I'm usually on here. So I'm not going there. I'm not going anywhere. I help out on the channel when I can. I hop on sometimes. You guys will find me. Don't worry, I'll be here. Just tuned in. What happened to Hayes? Hayes sold me the channel. This is now my channel. I am officially the host of. No, I'm kidding. Hayes didn't sell me the channel. Hayes is figuring some family stuff out right now. He's going to drive and pick up his son. I'm filling in. Just filling in for the night to get you guys some content, making sure that you don't lose out on your bullshit at the end of the night. Because hey, why not? I'm here to just make sure you guys laugh a little bit. I got hairs everywhere, 3 cats and a dog. Yeah, I mean, they don't care about my shit. And then my girl cat, my cat Pepper, she likes to she loves my freshly done laundry. So I will literally do laundry, bring it up here, and before I can put it away, like while I'm trying to fold stuff and hang it up, she'll run and jump into the basket of my freshly clean clothes just to piss me off. Because that's what animals do. They're here to make you angry. I thought Hayes and Pat did a fusion and said, now let's host the show. Okay, that's a good one. I like that one. Like, once again, if you guys want to compare me to successful people, I'm going to take it every single time. I'm currently in the mountains of Denver partying with midget whores. Call it the 4 for 4. Why are you with JDH right now? Did he take you to one of his weird strip clubs, like Bullet Hole Wednesday or something? Like, you got to do better than the midget whores, man. You got to get you some full length, tall Nice looking whores. I found your ugly ass channel and subscribe. Well, thank you for the subscription. Also, I mean, hey, at least my channel doesn't need a filter on it, unlike your profile picture. So this is what we do here. My channel's great. My background's great. It's what it is. Can we get off the fact that Hayes is not there and talk about the domination by the Bulls? We talked about that for like the first 25 minutes of the video. That's literally the first thing we talked about was the Bulls, the stats people scored, what we thought about the game. We talked about THT. We talked about Julian Phillips. We talked about Modest. I don't know if you just skipped that whole part of the entire video. But I'm just going with the chat. If the chat wants to talk about Hayes, I'm gonna talk about what the chat wants. That's the whole point. But just for you, yeah, the Bulls dominated for the fourth time in this video. Little Hayes midget strip. Yeah, I don't know why they got to be like. I mean, I guess that answers the question on who's taller between me and Hayes if he's going for midget strippers. Hey, should be a special guest on tomorrow's podcast. Well, let Hayes know. I'm always happy to hop on whenever I'm off. I work tomorrow though, so I probably won't be because I'll be at work. I do not get to do this full time. I work a full time job. Um, Yeah, but if you do want to see more of me on also a daily basis, I also co-host with Steve-O and Big Kev on Chi-Town Sports Central almost daily. So hop on there in the mornings and watch a video of us making content about all Chicago sports. And shout out. Cats love warm laundry. Yeah, it's annoying. I don't clean my clothes for them. I clean them for me. And I'm a person, don't let this fool you. I'm a person who really likes to wear black, and my cat is white. So it is annoying as shit to do laundry and immediately have it have cat hair all over it. And like she's hiding now. They're both afraid of being here whenever I'm on like streaming. But yeah, it's annoying as shit. They pretty midgets. I wanted to cheat. At least they got cheeks, right? Hey, at least they got. At least you don't got ugly midgets. That would be sad. If you go for ugly midgets with no cheeks, then it's just a sad day for everybody. They sad, you sad, everybody disappointed. It's just a bad day. Love your perspective on all things Chicago, my boy. Great content. You. Thank you, V Dog. Good to see you. Yeah, I just try to talk about the Bulls from a perspective of a fan. I'm not going to tell you they're the greatest team ever. I'm not going to tell you they're the worst team ever. I'm going to try to sell both parts. Some things about the Bulls are good. Some things suck ass. And if you can't see both sides, you shouldn't talk about it because the people who think that the Bulls are terrible and they don't have anything good to say, you clearly just want to be angry with your life. You're the type of people who go to work every day and say you hate your job, but you don't quit. And the people who say the Bulls are the best team in the world and they never call out anything ever, you're the people who think you're going to get a raise at all times just for working hard. So you got to see both sides of the story. Otherwise, you just get stuck. Laugh my ass off. The midgets be thick for real, for real. Not all of them. Some of them don't be. They be some really flat midgets, like flat. Like if you got a thick midget, hey, at least they're thick, but they are not all thick. Okay, that's just if you only see thick midgets, you just in a good place. Orange cats are made from devil. Oh, I got an orange cat too. My orange cat. So my boy cat, his name's Mac. He is orange tabby. One, he's blind in one eye. He's boat legged, has an overbite, and is afraid of everything in the world. Like this cat will run because you stood up. So yes, orange cats are crazy. My orange cat isn't really a devil. He's just stupid and runs into walls. So there's that. Okay, we still Midgets and Bulls talk. I'm in the right place. Y'all really like this is a weird chat today. Y'all really like midgets. Y'all really like thick midgets. And we talking about some weird stuff. Hey, I think this is where the chat gets to a point where they've lost it all. Archangel, testing a modest nickname. What do you guys think about the booze a lot? Because he's baptizing everyone. I'ma stick with Little Boozy Vert. That's just Stacy just can't be beat. That's gonna be the name you gotta stick with. It's too good to do anything else. It's hard to make nicknames for people once Stacey King makes them, because Stacey's just too good at making a nickname where you just gotta get stuck. My favorite football team is the Broncos, and my team is the Bulls. I know we're not a great team, but hey, I'm for it all. Hey, that's what it is to be a real fan. I'm a Bulls fan. I'm a Cubs fan. I've been fans of terrible teams my entire life. Real fans don't change. That's just what it is. I could want to change my name. I could want to go to another team, but I can't. It just physically, my body will not allow me. My mind will not allow me to do anything but cheer for the Bulls. I have tried it. I have literally been so pissed off before that I've tried to find another team, and I can't. I can't watch a team and care about them as much. There's no one who's as good as Stacey King when it comes to broadcasting and Adam Levine. Like I need them in my daily, weekly schedule. So it's hard to say anything about your team when they're bad, but you got to stick with them. I don't know your name yet, but chat got to roast you. It's just how it is. We got to baptize you. My name is Quinton. I am the host of Let's Talk Bulls, and trust me, I'm in the chat all the time. I get how it goes, but I'm also from Chicago, so when people roast, I gotta roast back. That's just what it is. And also, like I said, sometimes jokes are funny. If y'all want to compare me to people who are successful, I take those as compliments because hey, if you see a little bit of them in me, that means I'm doing my job. But with that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to end up hopping out with you guys. Thank you for tuning in to the stream. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys had fun. And yeah, keep going. Keep cheering with the Bulls. Keep supporting Hayes and the channel. He's got the best place to find Bulls news in YouTube. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, it's Let's Talk Bulls. Make sure you check it out. We're about to keep making videos. I'll be on here a little bit more. And we're going to keep working. But before that, we got to hear the winning intro or the winning outro.
This has been a presentation of the Breaks Media.